Hey guys, what's going on? It's BigK Crypto here. Hope you're all doing well and you've had a good weekend and a good start to the week, of course. Today's video is going to be about basically a conversation that I had over the weekend with somebody, which was really what is going on obviously right now in the world. It's all, everything's turning to shit again, as we're seeing, right? And really, I wanted to do a video on how I'm, hedging against the banks and obviously the pandemic 2.0, okay? And how that's all going to kind of come to effect. As we can keep seeing, everything is starting to become a real big shit show. Boris Johnson is really kind of, make sure you stay in until 10 o'clock because, of course, the coronavirus is a lot more stronger, after 10 p.m. at night, and all this kind of stuff. So I want to show you, how I'm preparing for it, obviously, how I prepared for it last time, and what's really, the safest bet in crypto to really, hedge against the banks, hedge against the whole, basically, society and everything that's going on right now. And with, of course, the fall of, this coronavirus, if it happens again, right, COVID 2.0. So obviously, guys, without any wasting time, read this disclaimer. It's very, very important. None of this is financial advice, just my own personal thoughts, opinions, and experiences. This is my YouTube channel, and this is just my own journey that I'm documenting, all right? You don't need to agree with my opinions. Because, well, everyone's got one, right? Like, as we all know. Anyway, right, let's move on. So basically, why this video? So I've had a real busy week last week, and I've been in and out of hospital. Anyway, shit's hit the fan a little bit, and I've got to kind of really sort of, think about certain things, and, I'm going to have an operation and stuff. But anyway, neither here or there. But the point is I was sitting down actually in the waiting room and talking to somebody, and he was talking about, cryptocurrency. Well, the whole COVID thing came about, and, Boris Johnson coming out of all this kind of nonsense again, the whole country. I mean, all right, yes, the country might be better prepared for it now, but, it's still going to be a bit of a shitstorm, all right? If COVID 2.0 does, happen, we're already seeing a lot of cases on the rise. I mean, even in my local borough, they sent out an email in terms of, it is rising and all this kind of stuff. So that's also going to throw a big spanner in the works for us, because obviously we're planning to leave the country. So hopefully the planes don't get halted until we go anyway. Obviously we don't want anything to happen in a negative way, but it is what it is. So anyway, guys, as you all know, I'm not going to sit here and read you the news and tell you what you've been hearing on the news. You've been hearing a lot of crap from politicians and stuff, and anyway, it is what it is, yeah. And you can see that the banks and fiat and everything, there's been a whole lot of fuckery going on there as well. So can we put our trust in the banking system, right? Can we put our trust in the governments to help us through COVID part 2? I know, we all got a severance package, all right, like like everyone calls it in the US. Well, not all, okay, but a lot of people did. Businesses got some help. Individuals got some help, sole traders got some help, and they've done a second payout as well for sole traders from what I've seen. So how much can a country and its economy hold something like that up, right? And the same with all over the world. So I think we're soon to see a big shock in the world. All right, we're soon to see a big shock in the world, and we've got to be smart about this. We've got to take steps and forward plan certain elements, because you don't know what is going to come around the corner. Right, so many people last time around, and COVID part 1, so many people lost their jobs, or they got furloughed, or they they had their pay reduced and all that kind of thing, and people got into a lot of debt. Yes, they might have got some help from the government, but they still needed to get loans, or they needed to get mortgage holidays, or whatever, and it got people in a lot of shit, and it's a shame, and it was really, really sad to see. Fortunately with myself, I have my own business running, and that wasn't terribly effective, although it was. And of course, I was transitioning into crypto full time as well. So, that obviously helped me a hell of a lot. And actually a big thank you to the Oracle for that one again, because, without learning, how to trade, daily and succeed leverage trading, but as well, also all the passive platforms that he puts us, on, and he tells us about the journeys. For example, this one, right? Ethereum Capital and Ethereum Gold. Ethereum Capital and Ethereum Gold, blew the hell up at that time when we got into it. And this brings me to really my whole point of this video. I could talk about this for days, but the main thing is going to be about Ethereum Gold, Ethereum Capital, all right? Because I see this as a better way to, you know, prepare and sort yourselves out if we do have a second pandemic, if you do get the, you know, unfortunate situation of losing your job, or, you know, just having your pay, you know, your salary stopped or halved or whatever. You want to take precautions, okay? And there's loads of things you can do. I'm not saying that this is going to be the one and only one, but this is the best thing, especially when it comes to crypto. You know, if you're not going to learn to leverage trade and do anything like that, of course, there is an added element of risk there unless you learn the proper way. But if you want an absolute, you know, solid passive income stream coming in, then there is nothing better than Ethereum Gold, okay, or Ethereum Capital. Now, as you can see here, this is the UI of Ethereum Capital, but this is Ethereum Gold, and I'm sure you're all, you know, very aware of this by now. If not, you know, this is a smart contract that basically runs on a principle of dividends are distributed whenever people come in and out of the contract. So when you're a token holder, you benefit from dividends. So as you can see here, over the last few days, I've earned $93 in dividends, okay, or let's say $66 without referrals, right, in a few days, just from being a token holder in this contract. Now, I'm not saying throw all your money into this and really try and take, you know, get these dividends up to a point where it can support your lifestyles or your families. This is just something that can help and contribute, not just because of this pandemic 2.0, right, but also the future. And I've said this so many times that this is the best way to future-proof your crypto. You know, when it comes to investing your money, you want to do it, you know, in different stages and, you know, with different things. But if you're looking for that safest long-term investment, then it is Ethereum Gold, okay? And I'm going to kind of show you why, right? Let's just kind of go back a little bit. Let's just kind of look at my history. So when I got into this at the beginning, I got in on the 12th of June, all right? Okay, over time, I put more and more ETH in it. But by the time, you know, it got to 26th of July, all right? So a month and a half, I had taken 14.5 Ethereum out of this contract, okay, which also, you know, which basically was part of my ROI, the big part of my ROI, plus profits. And, you know, I was very fortunate enough, yes, to get in, you know, at a very low price. But that doesn't change the fact that this is a solid investment. Now, why is that? This is not a platform, okay? This is not a platform that is going to promise you the world, or it's going to promise you a 1 or 2% a day profit, okay, or return. It's not going to do that. It's not doing that. And I get asked many times for people, you know, what is it on average, you know, you've made this month or that month or last month? It's impossible to say, okay, or going forward anyway, right, to predict how much you're going to make, because it all depends. And this is the beautiful thing about this contract. It all depends on human interaction. How many people are buying into this contract or selling out of this contract, because it's only then when you will receive dividends. Of course, you know, you can share your referral link out and you can receive a 3.3% as well in referral earnings, which I really recommend you guys to do as well, because at the end of the day, this isn't, you know, a scheme. This isn't something that you want to get your friends in just so you can make some money out of them. And if you're looking to do that kind of thing, well, you're a bit of a cunt. But we're not going to talk about that, right? You know, I've got so many people into this, you know, whether it be family, whether it be very close friends, whether it be just colleagues or people that I've known and you know, or just talk to you on a day-to-day basis, because I have the confidence in this smart contract. There's nothing else I have in confidence, you know, other than my own trading, okay, my own leverage trading, because that power is all in my hands, as well as this, all right? This thing I have the most confidence in, okay, the smart contract. Sunny, the creator and developer of this contract, has done an amazing job creating a very solid contract for, you know, for this reason, and it really helps people all over the world. Okay, this is a global thing. It's not, you know, just something for England or India or America or whatever. So, you know, the whole purpose of this is dividends, and this is the one thing, again, I was talking to somebody about, because, you know, he was someone that unfortunately I was talking to on the weekend. He was someone that unfortunately lost his job through the course of, you know, COVID 1.0, and you know, he struggled. He had to get a loan, and you know, that whole kind of story. And you know, then he got, you know, paid by the government. He got something there, and he wasn't sure where to invest it in. And he invested it in some stocks, and he didn't really know what he was doing really. And you know, okay, he's just sitting on it right now. So I was telling him about this Ethereum Gold, and he said, oh wow, because I was showing him some of the videos and whatnot, and he said, oh wow, you got in at $1.12, $1.13, whatever it was, and it went all the way up to $11 or so dollars. You made great on price appreciation. Yes, I did. And I'm not gonna lie, yes, I did, because I got in nice and early. But that isn't the point of this contract. Yes, if you go in now and it shoots up to $20 or $15, you're going to benefit in the same way as well. And there's a very good chance of that happening, because you've got Ethereum 2.0 and everyone loves, the hype and the whole new upgrade with all of that. And the fact that Ethereum is still quite undervalued, right? They're saying and projecting that it's going to go up to $1,000 or more. Now, that for me is speculation, and I don't like to speculate, but that is what they're saying, what's going to happen. So, you can and you will benefit in that sense. But the main point of this is basically the dividends. This is a bank, all right? This is your bank. Rather than having your Ethereum, so for example, I think this is about 91 Ethereum is worth, right? If I had that sitting in my Exodus desktop wallet, yes, the price of it would go up as obviously the value of Ethereum goes up, but also the price, and the value of my Ethereum is going to go down when the value of Ethereum goes down. So I'm not really making anything from it. Yes, I can then start buying, when it's cheaper, and selling when it's, but I don't like that kind of thing. Yes, core compounding is great, similar sort of lines, but actually with a purpose, right? And actually, I recommend you guys to check out my previous video on core compounding on the crypto.com app. I'll actually link that on the top right corner of your screen, because it's another great low risk long-term strategy. But with this, by having your Ethereum in this smart contract, not only would you benefit obviously on the price appreciation when it does happen, but that is not the important thing. What we're really in this for is this, all right? The dividends that we're making, because nowhere else can you put your Ethereum, right, or your crypto into something that's going to pay you out dividends like a shareholder, right? Like a company, whenever people buy in or sell out of the contract. Nowhere else. Yes, there's hypes, and as I go into these hypes here and there, but I make it, the fuck is that? Right. I make it very, very clear with those things. They're going to be here today, gone tomorrow. Okay. Those are just gambles for me. It's like me going to the casino. I'll do it on a Friday night and it's a bit of fun. That's it. All right. I don't take those things seriously at all. But this I do. Okay. Because this is guaranteed. You're not guaranteed an X amount of percentage, but you're guaranteed that you're going to be making dividends, all right? USD, we don't look at ETH, I look at USD as people interact with this contract, whether it be slow couple of weeks like we've had, or we have a madness amount of weeks. Now, this is why I like to use Ethereum Capital. And this is what I showed this guy, because this guy comes from a business, background, and he likes his stocks, his shares, and he loved the look of this. And this is where, I always like to say about this Ethereum Capital. It's got such a great look and feel about it, especially for, investors in other things that, in the property market or in the stock market, and they want to transition into crypto. This is a great UI for them. Okay. The reason being, of course, if you go to the homepage, you can get to see exactly why, what is Ethereum Capital, Ethereum Gold all about. You get to see their growth charts and, all other bits of information underneath. But yeah, the whole point of this is that it is USD focused. So when they go in, this is your Ethereum bank. That's the way to look at it, right? You put your Ethereum in here, right? You get an equivalent amount of credits for however much, they're worth at the time. And those credits will earn you dividends every time people buy in and sell out, right? You got to see it as well as you're getting a piece of the pie. Now, of course, the more tokens you have, or credits in this case, the more dividends you're going to make on those transactions. And that's the reason why that's important, is because I've had a lot of people ask me as well, what's a good recommended amount to put in? Is it a case of whatever I can afford? Yeah, but you don't want to empty your whole life savings into something if that's all you can afford, right? Because at the end of the day, crypto is crypto, right? There's no zero risk anything. In fact, there's no zero risk anything in life, let alone in crypto. But when it comes to crypto and you want your low risk long term, all right, this is the best thing. This is the lowest risk thing that I've seen in the space. That is a guaranteed, okay? It's a guaranteed win. Yes, you might go in and you might see, a $2 in a day amount of dividends, or $3 or $4. And then over a few days, you might have $20. What bank in this day and age is going to give you that? None. Now, you know, some of you might be saying, well, if I lose my job, how is this going to pay, you know, and cover that? Well, it's not. Okay, it's not, well, you know, it depends how much you put in this. And it could do, you know, who knows? If the price of Ethereum, you know, scorches right up there, which is a very good chance of that happening, then it will, all right? And you're going to benefit greatly from that. But this is a long-term play. I had things set up for my kids, you know, child ISAs and all that kind of stuff. I stopped all of that. And I put it in here, right? And I put it in here because this is the way forward. All right, this is the thing that's going to go towards my kids. You know, with the dividends, sometimes I, you know, reinvest them, sometimes I withdraw them. All right, but this is something that's going to drip feed you an income. Like for me, you know, there was times I was making $100, $200, $300, you know, a week out of this. All right, plus of course referrals you've got to take into account. Yes, I'm a YouTuber, so you know my results don't always, you know, won't always reflect, you know, anyone else's, and nobody always will, right? But you could do the same as well, right? You can create a site, or you can go onto social media platforms. You can create your own, you know, passive income groups on Facebook, or on Twitter, or on whatever, and you can start talking about this. Start getting your link out, and start getting referrals as well on that. So that's just going to boost your ROI with this. Okay, but if you're looking to move into crypto, if you're looking to try and find something that's going to give you a higher sense of security, especially with the rocky times that we've got coming ahead, then now's your time. And the reason why I say now's your time as well is because the price is relatively low. Okay, yes, I'm not saying that it's not going to go any lower, okay, and I'm not saying it's not going to go any higher, but it is at a good discount as far as I'm concerned, right? $8.29 is a great price to come in on. And even if you got in and it dropped to $6, it doesn't matter. And this is why I always like to say to everybody, there is no right time to come into a contract like this. There isn't. Why? Because if you sat on the sidelines and you think, no, I'm going to wait for this to go down, and it doesn't, and it goes to $15, $20, well, of course, you're going to be kicking the tires and then kicking yourself, right? But if you did, let's say you took the, you know, thing, said, right, I'm going to put in 10 ETH, 15 ETH, or 5 ETH, or whatever it is I'm going to throw into this contract, and it does go down to $6, well, guess what? You're going to make dividends on the way down. People are going to be selling, or people are going to be buying. Either way, you're going to be making dividends. So you're going to be making this amount. Forget this amount, right? Forget how much your credits are worth, because this number is always going to change, just like the Ethereum value is always going to change. This isn't. This is only going to go up. Okay, your dividends is only ever going to go up. And what you can do if it does start going down, well, guess what? You can just keep reinvesting once a week, once every month, or whatever, and build that up at the lower prices. Because of course, like I said, the more credits you've got, the more dividends you're going to be making. And that's what this is all about, guys. This is, you know, this is just, well, in fact, this is the best and my favorite way of, you know, securing your future when it does come to crypto. Like I said at the beginning of the video, especially when it comes to times like this, when we're, you know, people preparing now mentally for this pandemic 2.0, all right, COVID coming back and whatever, right, whether it does, whether it doesn't, they're worried, they're on edge now, they're thinking about it. Then, you know, there's other people, you know, thinking about, you know, what's going on with these banks, you know, how they're going to support all these, you know, government help, you know, help that the government has been giving to people. How's our economy going to suffer for that? Well, if you're thinking about the future, if you're thinking about your families, if you're thinking about your kids, and you're looking to get into something in crypto, or you've got some crypto and you don't know what to do with it, and it's just sitting in your wallet going up and down with the value of Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever shitcoin you might have, this is, you know, a definite, you know, very good option. This is not financial advice, all right? Obviously, you've got to do your own due diligence. You've got to do your own research. You've got to understand what you're getting yourself into. Don't just invest blindly into things. You've got to understand what you're getting yourself into. And I've got loads of videos on this, and not just me. I mean, Oracle does amazing videos on this. Nobody, Muscle, who else? You know, so many people, right? Do videos on this because, well, it is the best low risk passive income platform when it comes to, you know, passive income, right? The best smart contract, sorry, when it comes to passive income. And this is something that can help. It can help to, you know, help you week by week. If, let's say, God forbid, you were to lose your job or you were to take a reduction in your pay, right? This is something that, you know, if Ethereum goes to $1,000 or to $2,000, imagine that, how much your Ethereum is going to be worth then, as well as all the dividends you're going to make on that rocket ship up. And then obviously it's a cycle, right? So on the rocket ship back down, you're going to still make dividends. And this is the thing, it's your Ethereum bank. All right, this is your future in a way. All right, I mean, I'm trying to go bankless. Right, I'm almost there. I use the crypto.com. I do all these different things, and I really believe that this is the future when it comes to crypto. So anyway, guys, I'm going to kind of leave it there. There's so much more I want to say and so much more I can say, but I don't want to make this video too long. If you've got any questions, throw them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you do want to get into Ethereum Gold, okay, or Ethereum Capital, I've got all my links in my link tree, okay, which is down below in the description box, so check it out. And just try it out. If you're not sure, throw in half an E for one, if you just kind of see, get your feel for it. But this is for sure the best way, to secure your crypto at the end of the day, and to secure your future, as far as I'm concerned. So on that one, guys, I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Cheers.